Fellow at Wilson Center in Washington, D.C., and also the author of a very timely book, 8 Billion and Counting, and she joins us now from Memphis in Tennessee. Welcome to the program. Great to have you with us. Just tell us, how big a deal is this for China? What impact will this population drop have on the country and also its economy?
It's a big deal in the sense that we've spent a lot of decades talking about how China had too many people and too large of a population. And now the media and analysts are kind of catching up and saying, wait, now there are too few. But I think it's best for us to put this in perspective. China has a lot of company. There are over 30 countries with shrinking populations. And one of the worries about China is a shrinking working age population. But again, perspective and context are useful. Japan, which has the world's third largest economy, has the world's oldest population, and their workforce peaked in the early 1990s. So this is not the death knell for China. It just means that, as most developed countries out there with population aging, they have to rethink how to stay competitive in this global economy.
So China is not alone. What implications does this have for the world then?
Well, everyone in the world who's experiencing an aging population will be experiencing depopulation like China. So it's important for us to pay attention to how well they fare. And every country is going to fare differently from population aging. It's not a one size fits all trend. We want to make sure we have really healthy populations with long life expectancies and long working lives. So that's one of the things to look for in China. People will need to work a long time. So if we see indications that they're not, which right now people don't work quite as long there as they do in say, Japan, then that might mean that China is not able to be as economically competitive.
And, you know, we just read there in that graphic some of the reasons that we're seeing this demographic change in China. How is the government going to, respond to this? Because two people, it really looks like they have to work. Women giving up the idea of having babies altogether. That compounded with the 3-year COVID crisis there. What's the way out for the government? How will they, get more women to have babies and help them with the support they need?
Right. And I think you hit the nail on the head with that last part there, giving women the support they need, because, as I said, China is one of lots of countries in the world. 2 out of every 3 people on this planet live in a country with below replacement fertility. That's the number needed to just replace who's already born. And governments just cannot get women to have more babies by throwing money at them. We've seen that to be the case. Where I would be a bit cautious is in China, because they do have the type of government and a long history of making policy that is coercive. And so I think there is a danger that governments that have that kind of sway would fear these population changes and try to coerce women into having children, instead of seeing this as the natural demographic transition that we're experiencing worldwide. There are very few places left in the world with high fertility, and we are all headed towards populations a lot like China's.
Jennifer, on that note, we'll end it there, but thank you very much indeed. The perfect guest for this subject, Jennifer Sciubba, author of 8 Billion and Counting. Really appreciate your time and thoughts. Thank you.